Hey there, this is Tanner Steed. Welcome back. We're in Georgetown, Colorado again, and oh my gosh, check out this house. I am in love with this architecture. I come back up to Georgetown all the time just for these homes. What originally attracted me to this building was, first of all, the overcast lighting with the natural values and natural colors of this building. So for this painting, it's not going to be a light and shadow painting like one would be on a very sunny day or like a sunset painting. This is much more condensed, and I can really focus on just the natural color tones within the object itself. And this is actually Richard Schmid's favorite time and setting to paint in, his favorite weather condition. And that's because you can actually use more of your palette. You can go darker with your warm tones and go all the way across the range to your lightest lights being the white of titanium white. So yeah, I can't wait to get started on this. It's going to be really essential that I squint as much as possible because everything is so compressed, and the value range does go from all the way up to light, all the way down to black, white to black. The full value scale is going to be needed for this, but it's much harder to discern those subtle changes. So squinting is a must. But first, I'm going to be starting out with a charcoal drawing. This is nice, I'm just using Vine charcoal. It's very easy to wipe away. So that way, if I make a mistake, I can just wipe it. But once I have a pretty strong foundation for the drawing, I'm going to just use it's in my hand, just a drawing pencil, graphite. This is a 6B. It'll be nice and dark, and I'll just lay in those lines once I'm committed. And that way, I'll be able to do my transparent washes in the early stages. I originally intended on getting this entire building on the canvas, but because of the aspect ratio of this panel, I'm actually gonna have fun with kind of breaking the rules and creating a tangent that goes out of the canvas. So this rooftop is going to shoot out above where the viewer can see. Because this is an architectural piece, I have to make sure that all of my lines are going to roughly the same vanishing point. This is requiring definitely 2-point perspective, maybe a little bit of 3 because of how tall the building is. Really, for 2-point perspective, the arch of the roof lines, anything that's flat to the ground will appear like it's arched and angled down to the ground, either down to the left or down to the left for you and down to the right. Depending on the arch, I have to be aware that things are lining up with one another. And so the easiest way to do this is to just hold out your pencil and compare the angle on the piece of architecture, the angle that you're trying to capture. Some people have a really hard time holding their arm up and then translating that angle onto the canvas. My recommendation is to pretend that you imagine a clock in front of you. Where would that hand on the clock be pointed? Is it close to 9? Yeah, so just think of it in terms of clock angles. And the more you do this, the better you'll be able to estimate. I'm assuming that there's going to be error in this, but that's okay. And that's why I'm taking my time with the charcoal and with the drawing stage, especially because I want this to be accurate. This is a study for potential future painting. I'll be I have mostly synthetic brushes. Now they're all soft bristle. I just prefer that. The way I'm gonna be starting this is the exact same as a watercolorist would, but rather than water, I'm gonna be using odorless mineral spirits. I'm gonna mix up a general color for this background of the mountain. It's going to be cooler because it's in the distance, generally. All right, so Brittany's peeling me away from the canvas. We gotta go head into town, get back to Denver. I'm gonna be finishing it off back in the studio. We took some fairly accurate photos. Right now, I'm gonna soften all the edges that I need to soften because once I get home, all of the paint will be set up. So I'm not gonna be able to manipulate anything that's on the canvas right now. So I'm just taking my fan brush or this Rosemary Eclipse comber, which is really, really soft, and I'm just knocking down all the buildup of paint just to make sure that there aren't any physical ridges in areas where I don't want them. If you have a ridge in a dark area, what's going to happen is once it's in a gallery, once it's hanging on a wall, lights will come down and hit the ridges of the paint, and it'll reflect and make that dark area appear as if it were a lighter value. So just to make sure that that doesn't happen, I take my comber and I just knock everything down and make sure all the brush strokes are going straight up and down. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I come out with a new video. I'm coming out with 2 a week, so look forward to the next one in just the next couple of days. I appreciate your support and I hope you learned a little bit. If not learned anything, at least maybe it was a little entertaining. All right, thanks. Have a good one.